Hey everybody, how is it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first Diva Discovery I've done in a while. So guys, if you're new to my channel, the purposes of a Diva Discovery, what this video is that it's just a video of me talking about how I discovered some of the great divas that you see behind me on this wall, or maybe not even necessarily, well, most likely on the wall. But this one is actually really special today because the reason why I'm doing it is because this is hopefully airing on a Monday, if all goes well. This coming up weekend, I begin my Britney Spears album discography journey. So this is kind of like the precursor to it all. And today I'm just gonna literally tell you about how I got into the music of Miss Britney Spears, and also sadly why I have not listened to all of her albums in full. And we're going to get started with that today. So, as I've talked about before in my Diva Discovery that I did in on Celine Dion, I got into pop. So basically growing up, I was not into pop music at all. I was born in '96, so I was honestly in the prime target age to be a Britney Spears fan, but that just never happened. The earliest memory I have on Britney Spears, at least with a song, is probably hearing Baby One More Time in the Max Keeble's Big Move movie, that I think came out in like 2001. But realistically, that wasn't like a Britney attachment, it was more just the song. So in 2012, I was getting into pop music more thanks to Miss Celine Dion. If you want a little more background in that, I suggest you go check out the Diva Discovery on Celine. It's wild. So basically towards the end of 2013, so I was a junior in high school at this stage of the game, I made the choice to start getting into more artists other than Celine. So I think at the time, I had started to get into Cher again. I maybe listening to more Madonna. Again, this is years ago, so some of the details are a little fuzzy, but this, what we're about to talk about, isn't as fuzzy. So again, you have to remember, this is probably December 2013. I know that for a fact that this was well after Christmas. So I had a gift card for Best Buy, and coincidentally this night, I went to Best Buy with either my mom or my dad, I'm not sure, randomly, and I was just looking through the CDs, and I was like, okay, I have this gift card, I want to buy a new CD, like, what should I buy? So, again, December 2013. So what do I see on the CD rack but none other than Britney Jean? And the one thing that's very specific to me, as you can see, this is the deluxe edition, and I remember seeing the deluxe and the standard, and at the time I really didn't like know how important deluxe editions were, so I was like, I think my gift card was only a certain amount of money, so I just ended up getting, I was like, you know what, Britney Spears, she's popular, she's cool, why don't I just pick this up? And so I did, I checked out, and I remember on the way home, I played it in the CD. I must have been in my mom's car then, because she had a CD player. And I remember playing it on the way home, and I remember, Alien came on, and I was like, okay, that's cute. Work Bitch came on, and I don't think I analyzed Work Bitch too much at the time, but the one song I truly do remember, the first listen, was Perfume. Which is why still to this day, Perfume will always be one of my favorite Britney Spears tracks. I remember listening to it, and we kind of know that Britney sounds like, oh, baby, baby. It's that. But I remember with Perfume, and granted, I've learned since, that necessarily all the vocals on Britney Jean are most likely not Britney's, but from what I gather, Perfume is mostly almost all her vocals. I remember being very astounded. I was like, because Perfume is very much in her lower register, something that I've learned that Britney can use very well. And I remember just being astounded by the song. I remember thinking it was beautiful, gorgeous, like stunning. I couldn't believe that Britney Spears could convey such emotion through a song, which is something that I still find, especially today, that a lot of pop stars can't do. They wouldn't know an emotion if it hit them in the face. So I remember after that, I specifically got into Perfume, and then Work Bitch kind of took over, I think, at that stage of the game. The whole album itself is something I put on repeat a lot. And especially I remember like dissecting the album so many times. And then I remember I was like, I guess I forgot that there was a deluxe edition. I remember I went and I looked up the bonus tracks, which were all online at the time. And I think I remember hearing Brightest Morning Star, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. And I remember just being absolutely in love with this album. And I think it's very specific too, because as we all know, Britney Jean, this did not do so hot. Work Bitch, which I would still I think honestly the first three songs in this album, Alien, Work Bitch, and Perfume, I think are honestly some of the best work that Britney's ever done. I really do. I do stand by that. The rest of the album is kind of up for debate. However, however you want to take it, but those first three, some of the best tracks that Britney has ever laid out. I remember specifically, I was really into Work Bitch. I still think to this day that Work Bitch is an absolutely amazing song. I love, I love that she's not afraid to say, if you want this, you want that, you want that, you gotta work, bitch, or work, as the radio edit would tell you. So I remember like showing people Work Bitch, and everybody who I knew liked it. And this is also really specific too, because in January of 2014, which was about, maybe a month after I probably picked up this album, I actually went on my first ever trip to Vegas. It was for my uncle's wedding, although TBH, I was there to go see Celine Dion. But in January of 2014, that was the height, that was the very beginning, because I think she had just started the month before of her Vegas residency, and I will never forget landing on the airplane, and we went through into Vegas in the giant baggage claim that they have, which is huge, and there was this huge-ass sign for the Britney Piece of Me residency, where she's got like that weird dress that has these pointed up things. Or maybe it's not even a dress, maybe it's just that top. I don't know what the bottom of it looks like. But I remember being like, oh my god, that's so cool, I wish I could see her. But I think at the time she wasn't in Vegas, and I could have afforded it. I was a junior in high school. So from then on there, after I got back, I took the time actually, and I went through and I started listening to Britney Spears' music. Whenever I could, whenever I was at a thrift store, I would pick up any of the albums I could. Like here, I remember I found this in Chicago, Blackout. I don't know where I found Baby One More Time. Oops, I did it again at probably another thrift store. This I got from Walmart, I remember that. It was $5, and $5, I've never realized the thing. Glory, I remember buying this the day it came out, so that's good. And I remember buying this at a thrift store. This is the deluxe edition too, that's why I was happy. But specifically with Britney Jean, I remember I upgraded. I found like the deluxe for $2 at a half price books, and I was like, yes, God! So I started to develop and listen to more of Britney's music. So obviously I knew Britney Jean all the way through, and I kind of like skimmed through, and I learned the hits of Britney. There are a couple of album tracks I know here and there, but they're TBH, they're few and far between. Actually, when I was going through and I listed out, I put up all my stats that I needed for each album as I go through it. Wanted to get that done so it was ready to go so I could film each reaction video. I was like, holy shit. I know, like for each album, like say there's like 17 tracks like or something, I like knew like 5 out of all of them, so I was like, ugh. So I think I should describe, like, when I was getting into Britney, one of the things I loved is that when you look at like her performances, she's just such a gifted performer, and like her dancing, like you just can't be beat. I mean, especially because like I like to think that I look for some of the best when it comes to like pop music, and especially with Britney, here's the one thing that I want to say is that I being a musical theater major, and especially at the time when I was like, I only like real singers, not none of these pop stars, and then I learned that pop stars could sing, and you just got to find the right ones. And then occasionally like you have ones that you like, that they're your guilty pleasure. With Britney, what I love about her voice is that, unfortunately, I will say a lot of it has been damaged from doing the baby voice. But in her earlier career, and I mean, I guess in the later career too, she can really use it to affect a lot of things. Like I remember one time staying up late in college with my friends Caitlin and Austin, and I remember telling them, I was like, I actually do think that Britney Spears is a good singer, and they were like, well, why do you think that? And they kind of agreed with this too, because I mean, when you go into school for musical theater, you learn that it's not about just how pretty you can sound. You have to act a song. I know that a lot of people disagree with me with this, but even in pop singers, like you have to act a song. You can't just sing it. You have to act it. Singing is also acting. And I said her vocal that she laid on every time, Oscar award winning there, if you ask me. I mean, it's such a beautiful vocal, the way she conveys the emotion. Because as we've learned through the Free Britney movement and everything, Britney's had it very rough. The things that she's had to go through is just not something that I think she ever anticipated, nor things that she should have ever gone through. I mean, granted, I think celebrity culture, you gotta take some of it with a grain of salt, but other things, like especially, I think some of the things that Britney suffered through, it just was not fair, especially to her, because I think it really did damage her health. And I'm not going to comment too much on what I feel about, the conservatorship and all that, because that's not really my goal here. What I just love about her is that, I mean, her personality is obviously adorable. I think my favorite video of her, this is, because it's so genuine, and this pops around a lot on YouTube and especially TikTok. It's the video where she's with Ryan, and I think it's during the Britney Jean promotion, or maybe the Vegas residency promotion, I'm not exactly sure, where she realizes that Ryan Seacrest isn't gay, and she's like, and she's not saying anything, but the expression that she's conveying, it's the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I love her. I think she's adorable, and I think that at the end of the day, she's gone through a lot, and guess what? She's still standing. She's still here. I'd like to hope that she's still doing well. I mean, we don't necessarily know everything, so like I said, I'm not going to comment too much on that, but realistically, in everything that I've looked through, I'm just like, I love her. I think that she's adorable. And you know, with my channel, especially going through these albums, and like that's my shtick. That's what I do here. I'm really excited to see how things get explored throughout her entire discography. The one album I'm very excited to listen to, because like I said, I own it, but like I said, I out of this album, I know Give Me More, Piece of Me, Radar, Break the Ice, and Freak Show. Everything else I don't really know, and from what I'm told, this is Britney's best album. I'm very excited to see, like, you know, the things that she was conveying at the time, especially, you know, knowing what 2007 was. It's just, it's crazy. One of the other things I wanted to comment on is that I still think that even though, well, maybe her voice isn't as strong, like I said, she can still convey a lot of emotion. And I think that that's very evident in the single that was, you know, released this past year, Swimming in the Stars. I'm going to say here right now, Swimming in the Stars was one of the best songs of 2020. It might honestly have become, it's easily in my top 10 favorite Britney tracks. I'm just mesmerized by it every time it comes on. In fact, I'm going to save the rest of these to show for later. But I finally upgraded and I got for cheap the Swimming in the Stars, the 12-inch single pressing. Because it's just so, this song is just beautiful. Like, gorgeous. I can still not believe that she had, now granted I know that, you know, it wasn't necessarily her release this, it was the team, and that's kind of like a fishy situation, but the fact that this was sitting in a vault is blasphemy. Blasphemy. I can't even. And I love so much about her. I think, like I said, she's adorable. I like that she can still convey emotion through her voice. And also, one thing I want to say is that I have actually seen in the weird thing, a twist of events, because I do love the songs from it, which are like, you know, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. The Crossroads film, which I think, from what I remember staying home. It was actually really funny. This would have been, I must have been a senior in high school, and I decided not to go to school one day. And I was also, you know, as a theater major now, well, I graduated with a theater major, but at the time I was in school. So we were doing, I think, Mary Poppins at the time. And I remember specifically I had to come to rehearsal that day, so I stayed home from school, went to rehearsal, and that day I watched Crossroads in my bed, and I was like, oh my god, this is the most adorable thing ever. And I honestly do think her acting's pretty decent, and I don't think it's appalling by any means. And I remember I came back to school, and I was like, have you seen this little film called Crossroads? Ah, gorgeous. So I'm very excited, you guys, for you to come along with me on this Britney Spears journey, experience more of her music, especially as I get more into albums, because that's really what I enjoy. I'm just really excited. And the one thing I also want to talk about, because I think this is so funny that I did this, because I like Britney, and I know like the shtick of every album and the songs from every album, but like I said, I've never listened to. The only albums I know for a fact I've listened to in full before are Baby One More Time, but TBH, I don't remember a whole lot of songs from it. Obviously Britney Jean. I know Britney Jean like the back of my hand. Glory and Femme Fatale, but like with Glory, well, we already did a reaction to Glory on this channel, so you can go check that out right here, right now. But what was, so Femme Fatale, like I know, oh, and I have it here too, so I can like show you. I know, obviously, Till the World Ends, Inside, or no, Hold It Against Me. I want to go Big Fat, I just remember Big Fat Bass, the Big Fat Bass, that's all I remember. And obviously Criminal and He About to Lose Me. But this is what I want to talk about, because I think that this is just so funny, and like my poor wallet for doing this. But Britney has made, her team, I should say, has made it very easy to get all of her albums on vinyl. So on Black Friday of this year, I actually invested, except for one of them. I invested, and I actually ended up getting all of her albums on vinyl. And this has been like torture, because I've had these, they actually, well, one of them just came in like 2 weeks ago, but like I've been sitting on these albums. I've had them in my collection for like months now, because they all, like a bunch of them shipped in November when they were released. But yeah, so like here, if you want to see, we have, this is the one that finally just frickin' came in. But like I invested in all of these because I knew that I was going to end up really loving a lot of these albums. But I haven't had the chance to listen to any of them. Well, except for obviously Britney Jean I bought last year. But and I just bought the new repressing that they have of it, because like that album's sentimental to me. But as you can see, I frickin' own all these. And I'm not, well, these two, okay, I've listened to these two obviously. But I'm happy that she's the first person, technically no, the Spice Girls I was able to get all their vinyl, but they only had 3, so that was easy. But the first person I've ever owned all their studio albums on vinyl, so that's really cool. But regardless, I'm so excited to go on this journey with you guys. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and it's so great too, because usually after I listen to an album, I'm like, oh, I want to buy the vinyl. Now I don't gotta worry about that, I already got them! So I'm excited for you guys to come onto this journey with me, just as in how it's gonna work. It's gonna be the complete month of April. Saturday and Sunday you get a video, and like I said, remember that we already have Glory, so you can go watch that right now if you want. You can see me a little fatter, but still me. So thank you guys. How did you discover Miss Britney Spears? You can let me know in the comments below. As always, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, Twitter at Sal Says Stuff, TikTok at Sal Rocha 1, and I will see you guys this upcoming Saturday and Sunday where we talk about Baby One More Time and Oops, I Did It Again. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope to see you soon. Have an amazing day. And I guess I always end on a pun. But it's Sal, bitch, and soon we're going to be listening to Britney, bitch. So I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.